Yeah.
TSF Entertainment.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the TSF Entertainment channel. It is Retro CG in the building tonight, and we are back. DJ Pressure Highness in the building.
Yo, what up, bros?
What's good, y'all? What's good?
M2 is in the building. Brothers, we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
TSF fam. What's good with y'all?
Man, feels like forever in a day, right?
Damn near.
Man, so y'all know what we're here for. We are back to talk about our favorite book in the Power universe. It is Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. It's season 4, episode 401. Gangsters don't get deleted.
Definitely go get your hats. Definitely go get your hats.
Yo, it's
definitely go get your hats.
I didn't even peep it until she said something. I was like, oh damn, I saw y'all joints, and then I'm like, oh, I do got a Brooklyn joint on. I didn't even peep until she said something.
Definitely
you gotta go get your hats, Club Star. You gotta go get your hats. That's part of the experience. So, that's part of the experience over here with the fellas. We have our hats, our crowns is like what we like to call them. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this thing. Welcome back, everyone. We've missed you guys. It's been a minute, but we're back with the jump off. All right, so what did you guys think about the episode?
CJ, you want to go first?
Oh, dope episode to me. We needed this anyway because there was no way. Like I saw a lot of people that talking about, oh, they ain't like it. It was stupid. It was a waste of time. Like, nah, we needed it because it would have been no way they could have just jumped off from nothing and just jumped right into it. Like you would have, you know what I'm saying? Like we needed to know what happened to Unique before even going for it. So it was actually dope that they did that little backstory. I also like how they had doing the backstory, the fuzziness in the scenes. Because at first I thought I was tripping, and then I realized like it's a flashback. So yeah. So as far as the episode, you know what I'm saying? I give it like 7 out of 10.
Okay. Just to touch into what CJ said, I agree. We needed those filler points, you know, from the point of the last episode from the last season to now. Kind of gives us a insight of what happened to Unique, how he got up out that landfill area that everybody created, because that was not a legit landfill, and who he actually called to get some help. So it gave us those filled in those gaps for us.
At first watch, well, first of all, the episode was a 10 for me. It was great. It was really done very well. And I get where a lot of people may feel like it's a waste of time. The only thing I will say to that is we should have gotten this last season. This should have been episode 11. This should have been episode 11 of season 3. It reminded me so much of the End of Power. When we got those 5 last episodes in everyone else's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how we got that at the end of Power, we should have gotten this at the end of season 3. It was a much needed episode. I agree with you on that, Fresh. It was definitely needed. We needed to see how Unique got out of this situation. But what was interesting about it was how they gave us the other perspectives concurrent to what was happening with Unique. So it took me a minute to figure out what they were trying to prove here, what they were trying to show us here. Because I'm like, well, all we really needed to see was what happened to Unique. We didn't really need all the other stuff. But then in retrospect, going back and looking at that episode and seeing that what they're showing us is everything that happened concurrently with the other characters while Unique was coming out of the landfill. So we actually needed that because we needed to see more than him just climbing out of the ravine. We also need to see what we didn't see with the other characters while he was climbing out of the ravine. So I thought it was very dope done.
Yeah.
So the episode itself, all right, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. We got so much stuff I want to talk about. I don't even know where I want to start. Let's see. All right. Get on in there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump on into this thing. Hopefully, Jack or Jordans will get on in here and join us. So the episode description or title episode description, Unique endures a painful recovery fueled by hate and vengeance as other untold narratives unfold around him, filling in the gaps leading up to a deadly showdown in the season 3 finale and revisiting events from other perspectives. This episode was written by Sasha Penn and Albert Menace and directed by Mario Van Peebles. Very good job.
Yeah, very good job.
Very good job. He did that.
Yeah, he definitely
did that.
Definitely.
He directed some wild stuff too.
Yeah, you know, he's also a director. So, judging by the remainder of the episode descriptions for season 4, it looks like he's done a lot of work on this season. It looks like he's directed a couple episodes. Looks like he's got 407. Looks like he did.
What up, DeMarcus?
408. So shout out to Mario Van Peebles out here still working, getting that work. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump on in this thing. So the episode kicks off exactly where we left off at season 3, and we're used to that. They usually don't leave us with much gaps in this installment of Power, so they usually pick right where they left off at. So when 50 came on with the narration, like, well, we need to show you what we know how we got here, but we need to show you how we got here. I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get a little quick flashback. 3 months earlier. Okay, we be asking for this a lot of times. Like, this is a nuance that we've always asked for in other installments. Like, if they would have just give us that 3 months earlier or 3 months later type of thing, it puts us in the mindset of what they expect. So we knew when we saw the 3 months earlier that we knew that we were going back in time. No way did I imagine that we were going to get the entire episode
like that.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was going to be the bulk of the episode.
So we see Unique is in the ravine trying to get himself out, and it also shows how resilient Unique is and resourceful Unique is. Not only was he able to manage to crawl himself out of the ravine, but get to a payphone and call for help. So we wondering who he's calling for on the payphone, which I thought it was interesting that he didn't call his baby mama. He called for Early Tyler. Shout out to DeMarcus with the $5 super chat. Episode 1 of Raising.
Shout out to Marcus for that.
Scenes from season 3. This episode was very unique, no pun intended. It was very unique. It was pretty good. Well done. Thank you for the super chat again. We always appreciate it, DeMarcus. So yeah, we see him on the phone calling out for help. Like, yo, I'm fucked up. Come get me. Like, I need help. And so we see SUV pull up. Shout out to the old school Blazer. Blazer.
I thought that was a GMC Jimmy.
It might be a GMC Jimmy or a Blazer.
It is a Jimmy.
Just one of them. Both same thing.
Yeah,
they both the same thing anyway.
So Early Tyler, we get introduced to the character, which we had heard him mention, I think, the first time. I think we've heard him mention a couple of times throughout the season. But I know for sure they mentioned him in season 3, episode 5. Because when Ronnie stole the car, when he went to Unique House, he said that he was going to take it to Early Tyler to flip it.
Yep.
So we've heard this character is mentioned before. We've never understood what his purpose was until now. So yeah, E.T. Shows up. What's up, Xavier? Shows up to scoop up Unique. He was like, man, you fucked up. He was like, yo, you fucked up, and then you got fucked up again. Like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, he had me. Yeah, he was cracking me up like that, bro. Like, he was just giving it to him and looking at the rear view. I was like, damn, bro, you lucky. Unique is hurt.
Right, he be fucking you up.
Exactly.
So, y'all have to excuse us if we're using offensive language over here. We grown folks music over here.
Facts.
So we see Unique, where Early Tyler takes Unique to a doctor. He was like, I need a doctor. Never in my wildest dream did I imagine it was going to be a veterinarian.
I did.
He's a doctor.
I did immediately. As soon as he opened that back door, I said, what? I was like, if he not a vet, he a dentist.
Yep.
I was like, one of the two. And it immediately took me to BMF. When they had a similar scene just like this.
So we see that the vet was able to treat Unique and was able to, I guess, stitch up his wounds and everything. But he immediately off the gate, out the start gate, like from the jump off, he immediately started telling Early Tyler, like, yo, he needs to be in a hospital. He needs to be in a rehabilitation center. He needs to be somewhere else but here.
Right.
He's gonna have some problems when he get up off of this table. Like, he ain't gonna be what you think he is. All right. The doctor started warning him out the gate. I was like, okay, we in for a problem here. Could the doctor seem awfully concerned about this condition Unique is in?
What's going on?
Like, fuck all that you talking about. Like, is he gonna live? Because I gotta get my money back. Like, I have to pay you, and I gotta make sure that I get my money up out of him. So fuck all you talking about. Is he gonna make it? Doctor, like, he gonna be all right, but he ain't gonna be the same person that you think he's gonna be when he get up off this table. And Early Tyler is not heeding that warning.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the first person to feel the wrath for that too. Like, but to what Fresh was saying, I instantly knew that was gonna be like a vet or a dentist area, area for when they was trying to help him out, because you see that in several different movies, several different shows, where they use a vet or something of that character, to treat gunshot wounds, or someone mob go to war or something like that. Those are the type of things that they use.
Right.
What's up, Kimon?
So when he wakes up, he could be different. Ain't no could be. He gonna be.
That man gonna wake up. His name ain't gonna be unique no more. It's gonna be Cujo.
No. Who said it? Clubstar said basically he's Roddy 2.0. Exactly. And period.
Worse.
He is definitely going to be Roddy 2.0. Crazy.
Right.
DeMarcus says the same thing. Talking about ET reminds me of Ronnie. ET don't know what he got himself into.
Nah, he didn't. He don't. He don't. He not taking any other doctor's advice.
So this scene right here, we're back at Cafe Vu with Lou's hip hop night. Remember when he was doing a little hip hop night, the little showcase, and I don't recall famous performance streets need about it. I thought he did his What's the 411. Or
I think he did do
What's
What's the 411. Yeah.
No, he didn't do What's the 411. He did another song, but it wasn't Streets Need About It unless he had more than one performance. And
I was gonna say unless he did more than one of his songs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I was like, oh God, we got him back. Oh no. It was interesting to see Lou interacting with Juke, apologizing for not showing up for her audition with Butter. And he basically telling Juke like, yo, I'm sorry. She's like, no, it's cool, it's all right. He was like, no, it's not all right. Like, I'm fucked up. And they sit there have a little small talk or whatever. And what we didn't get to see here was that scene where remember when Kanan had pulled Jukebox to the side and he was like, that's you? And she was like, nah, it's just a friend, but don't fuck her over. She in the group, she a friend or whatever. So we get to see that interaction between what was the little girl named Aisha, Keisha, something
like that. I
think it's Aisha, whatnot. So I mean, I feel like she was flirting with him just as much as he was flirting with her. And but interesting enough, she was asking him a lot of questions about Jukebox, and he was kind of curving his responses to about Nicole. He was like, okay. And then she was asking about Lou, she was being a little nosy, Yeah, DY, it was a great episode. Definitely. Jukebox. We did call her that last season because she kept throwing up. Yeah. Which we said was from the stage fright when, she was doing her little performances over there in Butter. Butter. So, Kate is sitting back, watching Famous perform and whatnot. And so I'm looking at Miss Shirley over here at the bar, trying to flirt with Marvin a little bit. Say she like her men like you like your whiskey. Age. I said, Miss Shirley want to take a ride in a long black limousine. What you doing, Miss Shirley? Yo, Miss Shirley was trying to get stretched. What? She want to take a ride in a stretch limousine. I'm like, all right, Miss Shirley, what you over here trying to do? So while she over here flirting with Marvin and whatnot, Marvin get a page. So he's like, yo, he excused himself to go answer the page or whatnot. He's like, who this? And he was like, judging by the conversation, I knew it was somebody that they was doing business with. At the time, it didn't dawn on me that was a mafioso folk. They're like, you sure you don't want to talk to my sister? And I'm like, okay, it might be the Italians then, but I was like, why would they be calling Marvin? So that was dope to see that perspective.
I thought it was Snaps and Pop.
I thought it was too. That's exactly who I thought it was.
That's who I thought it was. I definitely thought it. Just by the way, just as soon as he said you don't want to talk to my sister, that's what made me think of them immediately.
I agree with that, Xavier. I was saying that last season. I felt like she was trying to, step between both of them. Like, maybe if she could have got a little action out of both of them, maybe not at the same time, but, play with Jukebox on the side because I'm curious, but, I want to get a little D from Kanan. But at the same time, she really didn't want the D from Kane. So, it was like, maybe she was just infatuated with, he flirting with her, she flirting with Jukebox. You know how that go.
What's up, share my love?
So, Terry Silver 1.0. I swear this dude reminds me of Terry Silver.
Terry Silver, oldest brother.
Oh, his daddy. Yeah, that's Terry Silver. Terry Silver, oldest brother, or his daddy. Yo, I felt like the lawyer was kind of, I was looking at the lawyer a little side eye. I was like, he was just too cocky and confident with his response to Rock. Like, oh, they ain't got nothing on you. They ain't looking for nothing with it. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? You sure? You seem confident that they ain't got nothing. Like, are you really sure? So this was an interesting scene. Y'all know this one had me bent right here in the chat when I was talking to him. Like, why did we need to see this? But I forgot all about the fact that Rock had went back. Rock went back, and when she was at the vending machine, she was looking in on Howard to see where Howard was at in all of this. This scene right here is why she deleted him at the end of season 3. This scene right here was the confirmation she needed that he's a loose end. He out here talking to these Fed folk. I got to get him out of here because he will roll on us to save himself. Like, and I don't blame her. I kind of agree with her on that because really, to be quite honest with you, Howard was just too much of a wild card for her to lead at the chance. I understood this more,
especially given the fact that when we left season 2, he was already trying to get her to roll over on Marvin, and then her and Rock and Kanan basically get out the situation scot-free. So her seeing this her seeing this, like you said, was the confirmation that she needed to basically like, man, put that one way he think.
That's a good question, Xavier. Me and Juggernaut were talking about that earlier. Do y'all think she had a real craving for the candy bar?
You know what? Yes
or was
and
that her excuse
no.
to go back?
Yes and no, but I'm gonna say it was probably more of an excuse to go back because the lawyer offered, and then she was like, "No, I don't need you bringing me no nasty mounds." You know what I'm saying? But I also, if you look at this screenshot, you can actually see where that vending machine is. It's a look-in.
Yeah, it's a look-in, and not only is it a look-in, but she can look in through the glass on the vending machine. She didn't really have to turn around. She could see through the machine. Yep. So I was like, okay, that was dope. That was dope.
So I think it was like more of a fit, maybe a 70-30 type situation. She did have a real craving, but at the same time, she was doing recon.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, maybe it was a real craving. She also used it as an opportunity to do a recon because obviously she knew that the vending machine was located right where Howard sit at. So that was a way for her to get back up over there and see what was going on. Hence why she didn't want to send the lawyer.
Yep.
Well, 3 months ago, she was barely pregnant, but actually she was.
Yep.
When Howard turned around and looked at her and they locked eyes, I was like, oh, yeah, you done for.
You done, buddy.
You done. She did actually eat the candy bar, though, so, maybe she got an opportunity to get a little snack, because she was heading out to the club that night. So I feel like those events right there actually was what kept her from going out to the club because she was going to go, even though she had told Marvin, fuck Lou. She didn't plan on going, but she actually was getting ready to go to the whatchamacallit. The lawyer out here gassing her up on they ain't got nothing on you or whatever. Everybody in your organization is good. I'm like, Rock, don't believe that shit. I'm like, Rock, don't believe that. It ain't good out here for you in these streets. You listen to this janky promoter of a lawyer if you want to. Yo, hey, I'm looking at you and only you. Yo, when Early Tyler dropped Unique off in the bed, I was like, damn, he a terrible friend to be looking after.
Just tossed him over in there.
He threw him in the bed, like, yo, damn, man. The man already fucked up, man.
Man, I ain't gonna be carrying you everywhere, man. You're gonna have to get up.
Right. What did y'all think about this scene right here?
Whoever and whatever he was talking about, while he was laying there, you can already see he was triggered and his mind was set on revenge. You know what I'm saying? On that get back.
So for me, this scene right here was kind of interesting because Unique, when he dropped him off in the bed, Unique was mumbling. So I had to, turn the subtitles on real quick and see what he was saying. And the first thing he said was, "Those blocks, all of them. Those are my blocks, all of them." I'm like, okay. Then he's like, "Rock needs to step the fuck off. But tell her I love her, though. Tell her that." And I'm thinking to myself, okay, we know that Unique's mind is damaged, but I feel like he's, in this moment here, he's thinking back on season 1 Unique. I felt like this was season 1 Unique when him and Rock were in conflict over the blocks, over the corners. Like, that's when they had issues, when they were fighting over territory.
Right.
At this point, they didn't have no conflict over, because Rock wasn't in the game anymore. Unique was the only one out on the street, and he didn't even have them corners. So I'm like, okay, he's mixed up in his head. His head is mixed up because he's thinking about things. But it was interesting right here, though. He was already feeling like Rock had already took over his work even before Early Tyler even said anything to him about it. So this scene right here kind of confirms that he was already mixed up in his head.
I thought he was having flashbacks.
Good point.
Because because remember, he's saying all that, and then right after he said that, he said, "But tell her I love her, though." Yeah. And then like his mind came forward, like he remembered, like, oh, you know what? That's what made me think like he was having flashbacks of when he was at war with Rock.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what made this scene even better? If they would have showed what he was thinking.
Yeah.
If they would have showed what he was thinking, that would have confirmed what you just said right there. But I believe that's exactly what it was. I was like, okay, he's ebbing and flowing right now. 1 minute he's like, "Fuck Rock, get off my corners," and then tell her I love her, though. Tell her that. I'm like, okay, so that makes a lot of sense, Fresh. All right, I got you. So we realized that mafioso Stefano had them call Marvin down there to talk to him about doing a little side mission. I don't feel like this was a good. I mean, technically, do you think Marvin really had a choice? I mean, if the mafioso called for you to come, it ain't like you could say, "No, I ain't coming." So I kind of feel like he didn't really have a choice.
No,
he could have came, but he could have turned it down and just be like, "Nah, I don't think Stefano would have did anything if Mom would have been like, nah, I ain't with that. I ain't about to have X, Y, and Z after me." Like, I don't think he would have whatchamacallit. I don't think he would have got mad over that. But like, we see why he didn't call Rock, because he already knew if he had called Rock would have been like, "Nah, like Marvin ain't about to be in nothing." So that's exactly why he went directly to Marv, because he knew Marv probably be like, "Yeah, Marv ain't got no problem with that."
So am I the only one that feels like this is a problem in the making for the family? Even though Marvin went and did the little side mission or whatever, and it didn't really turn out too bad. I thought like Marvin was going to accidentally delete the guy, but it it worked out. But for some reason, I feel like this going to be a boomerang back on Marvin. And how do we feel Rock is going to respond to this when she found out that he's doing side missions with old mafioso?
Yeah, him being a hitter for Stefano, I think at some point he might catch a stray.
I think she's gonna be no chill about this. Like, you know how Rock is about the organization and Marvin making little side hustles. You know, every time Marvin do something on the side, it kind of always don't turn out the way it's supposed to. So I feel like when Rock get a hold of this, she gonna be like, "You dummy, you should have did this shit. Like, now you got more heat on us," or something like that. Some gonna fall back off of this. I don't know. Just call it a hunch. So basically, he solicits Marvin's help to basically say, "Look, my daughter, she married to this no good dude. He out here running around on her or whatever. And I want to teach him a little bit of a lesson. So I need you to go put them hands on him real quick and, rough him up a little bit." He didn't ask for him to be deleted. But
just
he did say, I need you to send a message to him because he out here making me look bad in these streets running around on my daughter. I'm like,
just scare him.
Yeah. And he said he couldn't touch him because he's a made man. So
he's a made man, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to get the permission from the other bosses or something. But I think this is where it's gonna come back. This is where it's gonna lead to the new character. I can't think of his name right now. The one that's gonna be running with Unique. I think his daughter's husband is connected to the New Jersey crime family, because we know Stefano's the New York one, and I think that's where it's all going to circle back and how it's going to come back on both of them actually.
Yeah. Is this the Quan character you talking about?
Nah, the new
Lavelle or Lowell?
It's there you go, DeMarcus Phil Russo. That's his name. That's gonna be his name in the
Oh, okay, I see it right here. Phil Russo. Yep.
Yeah.
Phil Russo. Yep.
I think that's I got a feeling somehow, some way that dude, her son's husband, is connected with him somehow, some way. I could be wrong, but I think that's
you might be onto something with that.
Yeah.
Not really sure why we got this perspective. I mean, we already kind of know that Kanan had been stepping out on school anyway, but I guess we needed that for us to go down the path about the family history and everything. We needed that for that reason, but I don't know if this is a guidance counselor, principal, or whatever she is.
Principal.
Pull Kanan up and like, yo, Kanan, you've been doing good in school. Like your work is slacking. Like we need you to get this book report done. Kanan tried to sidestep his way out of it. She was like, "No, I'll talk to your mom." Your mom said, "Yo, you got a good story to write about your grandparents. Like, you need to get this paper in by the end of the week, or you up out of here." You gonna fail. I feel like he in the 10th grade, maybe the 11th grade. You gonna fail the 11th grade if you don't get the paper done.
Yeah, exactly. but she did say that's part of his probation, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot he's on. Yeah.
Yep. He's still on probation, so like he ain't got no choice. Like if not, then he gonna get sent back to jail. He gonna get sent to jail because he's on probation.
He goes to Howard, and I was like, this was just another way for them to bring Omar Epps' character back for a little quick scene or whatever. But really didn't need it because we already kind of knew the dynamics between them. But he was like, "Do you really want me to write about? Do you really want to write about my people? Like, do you really want people to figure out that we're related?" Dummy.
He didn't think that through at all.
Like, at all.
He just was trying to, and that's the first thing I said as soon as I saw him. I was like, bruh, of all people, you go to Howard? Like, bruh, like they've been trying to keep this secret under wraps, and you about to expose it all. Like,
hey, Neor, very good point. I definitely feel like Marvin's side mission will backfire. The way he had to defend the fact that he makes his own moves independent of Rock has me scared for Marvin. This may be the way he gets taken out. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Neor. I think that this is something that's going to be a problem for our boy Marvin. I hope not, but I think so. Is it possible? Is it possible that we lose Marvin this season?
It might be possible.
I feel like it's time for one of the Thomases. Let's just be honest. I think we got maybe one more season of Raising Kanan before we roll into Power Origins. You know, season 4, and we ain't lost a member of the Thomas family yet. I think it's time for us to start seeing what happens to the rest of the family as the show progresses. Like, it's kind of time for somebody to go, and they would take a major hit if they lost Marvin.
I don't think in the sense he's gonna be unalive. I've seen so many people been saying that. I think it's gonna be more so like he probably gonna get locked up. He probably gonna get caught by the feds.
I can see that, one of the two.
Because remember last season the feds showed up to him when he was at whatchamacallit funeral. And
Howard was trying to set him up and pin him up. So we don't know what Howard left behind, and we don't know what Howard, gave up. Because at some point, Howard started to realize they were closing in on him too. So behind the scenes, we don't know what all Howard put out there for them to point them in Marvin's direction too. So that is a good perspective to look at. By Kanan and Howard. Man, Rocksteady here in this bathroom. Yo, she looked like he was with child for real. I said they shot this scene really good.
What's crazy is before she even made it to the toilet, I was like, yo, she looked mad sick. Sick. I was like, I wonder if like this flashback was like a pregnancy, like, but I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together of like her and Unique. I was just like, yo, she looked mad sick. Then when she threw up, I was like, oh, yo, she pregnant. And it's still, for whatever reason, didn't click in my darn mind about Unique. And then it wasn't until this, and I said, oh, that's right, she was messing around with Unique. I was thinking of the other dude,
Symphony.
Yeah, I was thinking of him.
Because you know she didn't get the box to Cartier. He
Yeah,
tried to get it.
he tried.
She let him smell it.
That's who I was thinking it was. I was thinking a symphony. That's what I was thinking it was. I didn't even think about Unique.
Okay, I got reservations about this. Not necessarily reservations. I got thoughts about this. I really didn't expect this. This was really good.
Mhm.
This was really good to give us that Rock with Child scenario. But it would have been dope if she would have kept it. Because that would have given us so much more to hang our hat on to know that Kanan actually. Remember how when Kanan left the Power Universe, they was like, he didn't have no other relatives, no another alive. It would have been dope to think that Kanan got another brother out there or a sister out there that's he don't even know about.
Yeah,
that would have been dope.
That would have been dope. Also,
that
that theory that you said, and why so many people keep thinking like Rock and all of them are gone. It hit me one day like, yo, Kanan last name was Stark. So, of course, if they go try to find anybody under the name Stark, they're not going to think that he has any surviving family.
Coming in with another $2 super chat, DeMarcus says, do you think Unique is Breeze?
Nope.
The answer is no.
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 Nope.
Nope.
No.
And I'll tell you why. I can easily tell you that. Like, because if you remember, Ghost and Tommy said that they that's who they came under. They came up under, they got taught by Breeze, which is Kanan. Kanan already know who already know who Unique is. So that would be pointless. He already knows who he is.
I share the same opinion on that. Mine is just a little bit more broader, but everybody in the street know Unique as Unique.
Yeah.
So they're never going to refer to him as someone else. They're going to always refer to him as Unique. So Unique being Breeze is kind of like they're not. Kanan knows him as Unique. Everybody know him as Unique. Yep. So I don't think that even if he rebranded himself as Unique, people will still always see him as Unique. They recognize his face. They know who he is. So that's why I don't think that he's Breeze.
Yeah, I don't think he is at all.
This scene right here. Okay, so she found out that she was child, and she immediately decides to terminate the pregnancy. I'm like, nah, Rock. Nah, hold on to it. Just hold on for a minute, Rock. But what you see here is she's conflicted. Like she got all kind of emotions going through, and I think maybe the reality of it that I really am with child, and I'm pregnant by a dude that I run the streets with, and that we was at each other in the streets with. Like, you got to think about it. That's a lot. The process in that moment, and then the fact that he's perceived by her unalive.
Yep.
Like, do I really want to keep this? Do I really want to keep a unalive drug dealer's baby? She went through all that already with High Post and DEFCON. I'm sorry, DEFCON. And somebody said in the comment, Xavier, that she kept Kanan because of the street cred. I agree with that. But not only that, but she had to cover up the fact that Howard was truly the father.
Facts.
And two, that she was a CI. 3, that she was pregnant by a cop. So she had to pin that baby on someone else. But it's interesting that she didn't give that one up. We learned later on that she had another one. I'm like, damn, how many kids Rock's supposed to have?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
probably like 3 because she said
so
she ain't new. Right. Basically,
say,
sum it up. She said she ain't new to this.
I was gonna say I didn't think she kept it for street cred. I think it was more so because of the simple fact she was with DEFCON at the time. So probably DEFCON automatically already thought like, yo, that's his child. So
and plus he was paying her to be his lady.
I mean, Howard was paying it, so but at the same time she was still with DEFCON. So
no, I'm talking about DEFCON was paying her to be with him, because he was supposed to be left-handed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So the baby just made kept the act.
Yeah, it made it seem more legit.
Yes, made it seem more legit. So maybe that's why she kept that child. Joining us on the panel, Mr. Jack of Joys, with his buff song. Look at him.
What up, though?
What up? Real quick, what's your thoughts on the episode?
Man, I think this was a great way to start the season off, man. I like the way they gave us a little backstory to kind of catch us up from what happened before to what happened now. I think it's a great way to give us a little bit more insight, so we ain't running into anything blind. And we be asking a lot of questions. The listeners be asking a lot of questions, and I think like this episode answered some of those questions before we got further in, wondering how did we get here.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought it was pretty dope that they gave us that, you know, and they didn't make us wait so long for it.
Mm-hmm.
So Rock makes her decision to delete the file, and I'm like, damn, Rock, you should have kept that story going because, but I guess there was no way she could have hidden it anyway. Even if she decided to keep the child, she couldn't hide the pregnancy and the baby. But it just would have been dope if she would have sent the child away or something, and we would have had a Kanan sibling show up later on in the Power universe, but missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So we got Juke and Aisha over at Aisha's parents' house. I didn't really understand why we needed this scene.
This is why I felt like because I thought the same thing until this. When she asked her, what are your thoughts about going to college? Like, what do you think about? I think that's when they wanted to show like Jukebox not knowing exactly what she wanted to do in life. Because remember last season we saw her thinking about going to the army. She never went through with it. Now she with Butter.
Yeah, I agree, CJ.
With Butter.
Fresh, I agree. Because last season she was at the recruiter's office.
Yeah, I can't with you, Butter. That's what it is. That's what it is there. Okay. So I think that in this moment she's making the decision that she's going to do the military thing. But I kind of think a little bit of reality set in because remember old girl daddy asked her, like, what do you people do? And then she was like, you know, she had to kind of quickly, you know, rebound off of that. It was like, you know, my mom not here no more. You know, my dad, you know, she could have made up anything. Like, you know, my dad working in the family business or something like that. But she was like, my dad kind of do this and do that. You know, that's code for he in the streets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's trying to figure out, you know, how to answer his question, you know, about what do you want more for yourself? And then the mama ended up answering for her, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Laverne wants more for herself or whatever. But, you know, they're trying to figure this thing out with Butter. And, of course, we see the daddy's reaction to Butter being that, oh, it's nice that y'all are enjoying this as a little hobby. And it's like, no, they don't look at it as a little hobby. They look at it as their way out.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Damn, DeMarcus.
Background or where she come from.
I didn't too much care about this scene though. I was like, okay, whatever.
Damn.
Oh, you think Rogers worse than Monet?
I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah, I
visually disagree. Like it's like Monet was something different.
Mm-hmm.
Monet was like, ugh. Monet ain't had no love.
Black Widow.
But you say Monet words, but Monet didn't give up her kids.
Nope.
She gave birth. Rock gave up 2 babies.
I mean, shoot, Monet lied about one.
She lied about one.
Yeah, I'm about to say she lied about one.
But at least she didn't delete him. She didn't delete him.
As far as we know.
Too.
As far as we know.
Well.
They did give up Zeke.
Come and gone, so as far as we know, she didn't give up no.
Exactly, yeah. As far as we know, because Monet was a little loose.
Monet was not loose.
All right, that's fine. I'm just saying.
So side mission Marvin, out here, you know, doing a little recon.
Eating chips.
ACO boy out here with a little hoe, you know, with a little jump off. Or whatever, you know. So he's surveying the situation, like trying to figure out what he's working with here, what he gonna have to do. You're like, okay, oh, so you just out here doing whatever you want to do out here in these streets,
in the open.
In the open, right?
That's what got me. I was like, damn, bro, like you ain't even about to go nowhere secluded. Like,
yeah,
you ain't dipping no alley or nothing, bro. You just
coming out of a strip club. I don't know why.
You just went straight Casino Joe Pesci.
Like,
I just got a feeling that he coming out of a strip club. Like he just,
yeah, but it's like right in front of, like they ain't starting the car up. They ain't no, you riding fishbowl, nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
I thought it was dang, what's the name of them? I thought it was a social club because that's where the mafia was known to hang out at. So I thought he was coming out one of them social clubs that the certain families be at or whatever. But I was just like, damn, bro. But she even said this time, "Are you gonna take me to a hotel?"
Yeah, she did. She said, "Are you gonna take me to a hotel?" She sure did.
Nah, ho. You gonna get this car work.
Right, you get car work.
In the words of Freaky Zeke, backseat back shots. That's all you getting.
Yeah, that's what she got, back shots. So Marvin pulled up on old dude. He was going to try to see if this was an opportunity for him to press him out right there until his little crew showed up with their disrespectful ass. They showed up. You coon. Eat the curb, Marvin. Get the fuck out of here, Marvin, before I kick your ass. Marvin looking, I'm like, all right. I see what we working with here.
I thought Marvin was about to get ready to take care of business with all of them.
I did too.
I thought so too, but then it went back to this shows Marvin's growth of him, when he went through the whole classes and everything. Because season 1 Marvin would have took all 3 of them out with no question once they got disrespectful. But he kept it chill. Was like, all right. He was like, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? He got his little shot back in when he called them crackers, and he was like, y'all got it. He like, I'll catch y'all today or whatever. He was smart about it though. He was smart about it though, because if he had did that, then he would have put Stefano in a worse spot. Because at that point, he probably would have had to
kill him. Yeah, I mean, it's probably unalive.
Unalive all of them.
Yep.
What's going on, Lady V?
What's up, Lady V? And Marvin was practicing with self-support gaming. Marvin was practicing his breathing. He showed his growth. I agree with that. He showed his growth. Because I thought he was getting ready to sock all of them. Like right there on that corner. Yeah. I told you Marvin was a Nissan Maxima, right? And Marvin had them pulled up in the throwaway car too. He was ready to complete the assignment.
That was a Mazda 626.
It might be a little Mazda 626. It got that Nissan Maxima body style.
It do. No, I think that was a Maxima.
It got that little body style. That would make me think about it. Is it a Max?
I thought it was a little Accord.
You stop it, DeMarcus. You stop it, DeMarcus.
That got a little boxy shape to it. So it might be a Mazda 626 or a Nissan Maxima. One of that. We love that throwback stuff.
I'll watch it again.
Okay, so the vet show up at Early Tyler place. What is Early Tyler? What is his profession? Is he like a locksmith or man? Because I
do you do something with cars?
Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe he work on cars. Maybe he's like a mechanic or something.
Yeah, I think he do something with cars if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah,
he probably run a chop shop because remember Ronnie told him. Yeah, Ronnie told them they was gonna take that one car to the
to Early Tyler.
To Early Tyler.
Yeah.
I agree, Xavier. He does give maintenance man when he came in with a little toolbox. I was like,
he definitely did.
The maintenance man at our apartment complex, a super. He'll book me.
The old metal toolbox too. It wasn't even plastic.
Yeah, it's an old metal toolbox, old heavy joint, yo. He gave maintenance man. I get a super of that building he live in. Yeah, he's probably a mechanic or something like that because the keys in the background is a giveaway to what his profession is. So and he probably run a little chop shop hustle on the side.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So the vet show up, right? And say, look, give him this for these pain, but I'm telling you right now, you talking about you trying to keep him safe and secure. You might have him secure, but this ain't safe. In other words, this is ominous. This is the ominous warning to you again. You're going to get deleted, sir. You're going to get deleted. You have a psychotic, brain damaged individual that you are holding in your apartment.
Yep.
And that's exactly why they put emphasis on it, to make sure that people know, like, make sure the audience know that this is not the same unique that you thought before. This dude is diabolical.
The reason why you're no longer with the living.
Yep.
Yeah.
He do remind me of Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. Exactly. Period. All right. So again, this is not safe. Early time, all he care about is that money. Like, yo, listen, he ain't going nowhere till I get my money. All right, you worry about that money, you ain't gonna be around to get it.
Yep. He gave him a whole story about the dog and everything. Damn.
Right, because he told him about, listen, we had a dog that was a similar situation like this. We had to put him down.
Yep.
After that, Unique comes stumbling out the room, talking about, let me hold one of them keys to the whips. I got to go let Pernessa and Jerome know I'm still here. I'm alive. And Earl told him, man, you ain't going nowhere. You no shit to go nowhere. What you talking about? And Unique collapses out on the floor. And he have to help him get up. And I'm thinking to myself, man, Unique down bad. And so I knew right here, I was like, yeah, Earl and Tyler ain't gonna do nothing but exploit this situation right here, rather than try. At first, I thought he was really gonna try to help nurse him back to health. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how Jukebox did with Kanan when Kanan was all messed up. Yeah, she was giving him the, she was making him do his exercise, and she was trying to wing him off the medicine and all that stuff. I really thought that he was going to nurse Unique back to health, get him back healthy again.
I didn't, because
he around to protect his investment.
Exactly. It's like Jukebox is doing that out of love. Early Tyler doing it because you owe me some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he fell on the floor, all he did, he kept on drinking the soda and look at him on the floor.
Yeah.
That made it for me before he helped him up, right?
Clown ass.
He was like, look at him, Kenny, what you call it?
Katie walking across my kitchen, but you talking about getting behind the ride, getting behind the wheel.
I agree with that sentiment, DeMarcus. E.T. want that money like Ronnie wanted that work. Like you're not seeing what's in front of you. You're seeing what you want out of the situation. You try to exploit the situation.
Xavier, I thought that too. I was like, why don't we just call him? I thought about that too. Like, would make it so much. Like, just call him.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, he might not even know where they're at though.
I was about to get ready to say, man, I think they was like sticking and moving after they found out that Ronnie was a little crazy. I think they got up out of there, and Ronnie just pretty much had the crib. House.
Yeah, I wish they would have showed more of her perspective too. They didn't show Pernessa's perspective, because we didn't even see how she ended up over at the mama's house. They should have showed that. They should have showed her making the decision that Ronnie was crazy, especially after he had robbed them. They should have showed her, calling her mom, like, Mom, I need to come home because I think Ronnie has something to do with Unique. They should have showed us that. They should have gave us that. That would have been real good to see Pernessa's perspective.
I thought at some point they was going to show Pernessa going back to Rock.
Yeah.
Rock again. And
confirming that, Ronnie did.
It was Ronnie that took him out or whatever. And they ain't never showed it. So I was like, okay.
Yo, for the first time since we've been introduced to the character, I finally, had some good feelings about Rock Mama. The medicine bottle was a dead giveaway. I just didn't think cancer. I didn't think cancer. I was like, something going on with the mama.
I did.
All the medicine bottles.
I was thinking more so like when she said I was thinking more so like maybe high blood pressure, maybe diabetic.
I thought
high cholesterol. I was thinking stuff like that.
Nah, as soon as I sent out all them pills, I knew immediately. I was like, if it's not cancer, it's something that's a terminally ill disease for you to take that many meds.
And do you think this gives us a little bit more insight on why she was so thirsty for money? She needed it for a treatment?
I don't think it was more so. It could be. I also think it was just more so like, I think she, I hate to jump scenes, but when Kanan goes see her and she says to keep it a secret, I think it was more so like she just trying to live out her last days as best as possible. So
without
that's
a whole bunch of fuss over her.
Yeah, that's why she keep asking for money.
I also think she kind of just don't like Lou.
Well, no, she did all of them like that because remember she always shake a Rock down for money too.
Yeah, Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, that's why my first aspect. That's why she was so thirsty for the money was because she was paying for the chemo.
My first day was like, she don't really like Lou like that because Lou was chasing the music. Her husband was chasing the music, and I just kind of thought that, but I forgot about the same with Rock.
And that's actually true because she seen more of Elijah in Lou because of that. So we get this poignant story, and this is the first person in the family that we've ever seen Mama Joyce nice to. she been mean as hell to everybody else.
Yep. They always like the grandkids. Right?
Everybody else.
They always like the grandkids.
Yeah. Well, that's what she told him. She's like, listen, you ain't got to sell me no story. I'm your grandma. I'm supposed to lift you up. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do with your own kids too, but you don't seem to do that well with them. Mama Joyce is a trip. So Kanan learns a little bit about his grandfather, and she even compares him to his grandfather at some point, and tells Kanan that your grandfather would really have liked you. And she tells, even though he left her and left the family, she really didn't have too much negative to say about him. She put her perspective, and I was glad she said it the way she said it. She was like, listen, I'm going to tell you how I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rest of the family may have different views on him, but I'm going to tell you from someone who's been with him up until he left what I saw in your grandfather. So I thought that was dope. And we learned some more about Kanan's grandfather, but not really nothing that was, major revealing. Rock up here getting ready to, get this procedure done. The lady come in, offer her counseling and all this and try to step her through the procedure. She's like, look, save yourself trouble. I already been here, done that.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, Rock, for real? Just cold-blooded like that? But you can almost tell Rock always shows her slip, but tries to hide it at the same time. Like, she tried to make like she's so strong and she ain't going through, but really we see right here that she's really struggling with this decision right here. I feel like she got a vibe for Unique. She got a vibe for Unique.
Yep.
She got a vibe.
This is what lost me, though. Because I was like, did Jukebox take you? Did Jukebox show up? Like, how Jukebox just got your truck?
I guess
ain't that the same truck that got shot up last season?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I don't. But here's my thing. I don't know. During those procedures, are women able to drive after the fact?
Nah, they're not.
No,
not then for sure. But I think Juke might have took the. I don't know. She might have took the bus or something. I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
They didn't show us that, but I guess we're left to assume that Jukebox took her to go get the procedure.
Yeah. Maybe she feel like, out of everybody she talked to, like with that situation, Jukebox is the one that's not going to say anything.
And the only one she
Juke is the Juke is the gatekeeper.
Who else was she?
Marvin would have asked a bunch of questions.
Yeah,
Marvin would have asked a bunch of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Kanan probably would have been mad.
Kanan wouldn't have picked her up.
Yeah.
Lou
ain't even in the right state of mind.
Lou is
falling down somewhere drunk.
Right. Who else could she
so.
That
was just my mother calling me, telling me she needed a ride. I'm not going to pick her up.
Yeah, Jukebox was the only one she could call.
Yeah. Also, because I thought she felt like Jukebox could relate since Jukebox is a woman.
Yeah.
Time like can whatchamacallit. So that's what I thought.
But it's not as important now who she had pick her up is the conversation she had with her.
Mm-hmm.
She revealed to her, like, you ain't gonna ask no questions about this? Like, I was pregnant with a unique child and I just got rid of it? Like, you ain't got nothing to say about that?
The dude I've been trying to unalive for who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
And Jukebox was like, well, since you put it that way, what's up with this? And all was missing from this scene was for Rock to say, I love the nigga. Like, I was waiting for her to say it. Because the way she described it was like she did it out of necessity, but she really didn't want to do it. Like, I felt like if Unique would have been alive, maybe.
There you go. You go.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I felt like if Unique was alive, she might have would have kept it.
Yeah, I think she would have kept it.
I think for sure.
I don't think she would have said, I love them.
I was waiting for that.
Rock carry emotions.
Because when Unique said it in his knockout scene where he was mumbling, I felt like all we needed was Rock to confirm it too. Like, I felt like we needed that to confirm the fact that they both was digging each other like that. Like, and I felt like this was her way of saying it without saying it.
Rock don't confirm she love her brother, so
yeah. I don't think she would have said that. I think she probably told Unique though about the pregnancy. Before she did anything, she would have told him like, "Yo, I'm pregnant."
She probably would have made him part of the decision too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, DeMarcus. That's right. It was 3 months early, so it was before the shooting. Okay.
Yeah.
Got all about that.
Jukebox like, listen, I got it, but this some heavy shit, all right. And Rock tell him, take it to your grave.
Take it to the grave.
Why do I feel like it's gonna come out though?
It ain't.
I don't think so.
If it does, it's not gonna be because of Juke.
Yeah, it's not gonna be because of Juke, but I feel like it's gonna come out.
Yeah, Rock gonna tell Unique. By the end of the season, watch Rock end up telling Unique.
I can agree with that.
Just watch. And there's gonna be a reason why she tell him.
Yeah, because when you know there's going to be a confrontation between the two of them.
There you go. There you go.
And I think it's going to be part of what pulls Unique back into reality. That him and Rock was there, you know, because Unique was about to be full of sunshine. If Ronnie hadn't deleted or attempted to delete Unique was fully prepared to pull a sunshine on Pernessa. Look, tell your mama I ain't never coming home.
Take it easy.
Hey, yo, Bob. Hey, yo, Barbara.
Put mommy on the phone.
Put your mom on the phone. Hey, Barbara, put your mom on the phone.
Look, I ain't coming back no more. Take it easy.
Unique was turned out over Rock. Y'all act like y'all forgot about that.
But you know what though? That's also gonna be a reason why he probably turned on Early too though. Because Early putting that battery in his back that, you know, the whole little situation.
He charged the battery. The battery was already in his back.
Yeah.
He charged it.
I think Early ain't got no loyalty to nothing but his money. So I think that's gonna be one of the reasons why he get up out of there.
But we see right here, Unique was already in his head. The right thing for Early tried to do it though. Even though he brought him back information, he tried to do it. He was like, you jumping to a lot of assumptions here or whatever. He just fueled his thoughts. You know, just kind of
but it might be something real there. He said it might be something real there, but you jump into a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, but right here is where he puts those conclusions in his head. Because Unique
he was
wasn't
like,
even
Ronnie ain't gonna
thinking
do nothing like that on his own. He had to have some help.
Yeah, he basically told him his brother ain't got the mind capacity to do nothing like that.
But I feel like, again, we have to also think about which Jack of Jordan's reminded us in the chat the other day that his psyche is damaged. So there's a lot of stuff floating around in his head because Unique should have realized himself that, Ronnie was out here wilding out. The unalived Dean, he's been acting mad strange with me, and I felt like had he reached out to Pernessa would have also confirmed some of that stuff that Ronnie had done after Unique was gone, coming stealing them and roughing her up and all that stuff. See, he don't know about none of that.
Yeah.
So he think that Rock is out here to put a battery in Ronnie's back, but I'm trying to figure out why he don't remember that Ronnie hated Rock and wanted to delete Rock. Like I couldn't understand why he didn't remember that part that Ronnie couldn't stand Rock. Rock stinking ass. Rock stinking ass stink all over.
He couldn't stand it, but Rock history kind of caught up with her too a little bit because we go further down the line. I don't know if I'm jumping scenes or not, but we go further down the line.
Right,
he kind of explained his logic behind it. And be like, well, she did this to such and such. She did this to such and such. This is kind of how she moved. This is her. This is her history. He was way off base, but the history shows that she is very capable of moving this way.
Well, we don't get that till later on when Earl Tyler come back because right now he's sending him out.
That's why I said I didn't know whether or not I was jumping.
He's sending him out right now. He was like, I need to go know what's going on out here in these streets. So he's sending Tyler out to go see what's going on. This was a powerful scene right here, but it wasn't something that we didn't already know. We knew that Marvin took care of Lulu and Rock, but what we didn't know was why he had to. We knew that the dad was 2 sheets in the wind, but what was the mama? What was the reason why the mama wasn't taking care of the kids? They never really made that clear to us why Marvin had to step up and raise them. Was the mama out here on the streets too? Was she hoeing? Was she on drugs? What was the reason why the mama?
I'm thinking grief. Because after the way their father unalived herself, like she probably couldn't pick herself up. So Marvin stepped up and was like, yo, I gotta be the man at the house and take care of everybody.
Yeah, he probably blamed the kids. Right, probably. Go ahead.
Even though we're already in a flashback, we needed another flashback. We just needed a small, when Marvin starts telling this story, we needed a little small flashback of him raising the kids and giving us a little bit more perspective of what Marvin really had to do. Marvin wasn't out here trying to be a hot boy. He was out here in them streets because he had to take care of his brother and sister.
Hey, this was some great acting too.
Small flashback, showing us a little bit of that.
Yeah, because I was wondering who was the little boy in that picture with the father.
Yes, there you go.
When he stopped at Mama Joy's house, I was trying to figure out. I was like, "Yo, is that Marvin or is that
Marvin?"
I was like, "I don't know."
Probably assume.
You know what?
We probably could assume Marvin. I was gonna say we could probably assume that it was Marvin because Marvin said he's pretty much from this this scene right here, Marvin spent the most time with him.
And about the boxing. Remember he said about
the boxing. Right.
Picture, he had the boxing gloves on. He had a little boy. So I'm thinking that was Marvin. That was Marvin.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all be paying attention. All right. I see. I see you. So Kanan's learning more about his family or whatever, but he's also learning about the burden that Marvin has had on him, you know, trying to be the oldest in the family, you know, carries that burden of taking care of the rest of the family or whatever. Lou's perspective was very unique. Lou kind of understood, like, I can understand, you know, I hated him for what he did. I cried about it every night. But at the same time, now that I'm an adult, I understand why he dipped out. And I think it's because of the mama. Because remember, Lou has already said so many times last season, he didn't delete himself. He didn't unalive because of music. He all but said because of you. It was he. So Lou feels like the mother is responsible for why the father is not here no more. So, you know, he's trying to share his perspective with Kanan, but he's too, you know, saucy to really convey it, where we understood that Lou probably blames his mama for why his daddy left.
I also, in my perspective, just what I thought, that Kanan didn't know that his grandfather took his own, you know, unalived himself just because of his facial expressions. Like when he talked to Marv, and then what Lou says to him, I understand why he did what he did. It clicked like, like, oh, dang, I ain't know that's how my grandfather passed. No one told me.
Isn't this a 50 Cent lyric that he dropped here?
He did. Yep.
Death gotta be easy because life is hard.
That was on Mini Man.
Man, yeah.
It sure was. Yeah. Life gotta be easy because life gotta be easy because life is hard. I said, we dropping bars.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at you with the quotable.
That scene stood out to me though right there because I felt like, okay, is this them preparing us for what Lou's going to attempt to do later on in the season? Remember when he tried to delete himself? So I felt like this was setting us up for that.
Well, remember it was 3 months earlier, so this was probably after Lou had already tried.
Before, because he did that right before they got him to go take him to rehab.
Yep.
So it was 3 months earlier. So I feel like that was a build up to that moment.
Okay. Yeah, now it makes sense. Okay, gotcha.
I feel like it was a build up to that moment. Man, Scarface, Two-Face. Sitting here looking crazy as hell.
Watch that man, Harvey Dent.
Unique in style. Unique in style. This bad. I was like, oh God, get this man some help. Early Tyler come in. And he's like, well, the streets say Rock done took over all your work. She done moved into the Chinese spot. I'm like, he just started running it down. Like, oh my God, why did you tell this man any of this? Like, you should have came back and been like, I ain't really hearing much out here in these streets. I heard Ronnie took out Dean. Like, you could have kind of deterred him from his little thought process right now.
Yeah.
Because you know the man all mixed up in the head, and you know he's trying to recover right now. So you shouldn't put that extra weight on him right now, knowing that he's going to be reactive to that. So I feel like all you did was just pour gasoline on a fire that's already burning. So he was like, this is when he realizes that Rock stank all over this. Rock stinking ass all over this. Yo, she got rid of DEFCON. She got rid of High Post. And again, that's Unique's perspective. They've never really showed us Rock getting rid of these folks.
Yep.
I mean, we're left to assume that she probably did because of how she moves. But and for him to say, I mean, you jump into a lot of conclusions there. You put the battery.
You put the conclusions, like you put those hypotheses in his head.
Yeah,
messy in his head.
Right, Cubstar, messy as fuck.
Like now you want
to let him down.
Now you want him to chill out.
Right. And then he was like, from DEFCON, High Post, and now me. She do this. And he's like, you got
a gat.
You got a gat.
You
got a gat.
I hope it's not loaded.
Hey, but did you see how uneasy E.T. looked when he was sitting in that sofa in that lazy boy?
Yep.
When he gave him that piece, he was sitting there looking real uneasy.
On a sidebar to this, I wish they would have toned down Unique's makeup a little bit. It was a little extra. You know, it was just a little extra. They could have toned it down just a little bit. And then looking at this scar the whole time. It's like, they could have toned down her makeup a little bit. Yo, when he put that gat in his hand, he was like, he's sitting there like, I don't know if I should have done this. Like, you let him keep it. You let him keep it.
You let him hold on to it. You should have said, let me get that back. You should have never gave it to him. Should have just said, no, I ain't got one.
Crash out, right. That was a crash out.
Second, I thought he was going to shoot him.
I did too.
Me too.
See, the doctor warned you. But then I remember, like, nah, Early Tyler's still going to be here more this season. So that's why I was like, nah, he ain't going to shoot him.
He is manipulating the situation. I agree with that, DeMarcus. In the instigating. Just like
because he wanted his money.
Dre, and just like Kanan manipulated Tariq. But this scene reminded me of, remember when Kanan was up on his feet and he wanted to be part of the jury heist with the jukebox, and he made Jukebox girlfriend go get him a gat for him to, get his trigger finger together. He was trying to get the same thing was what Unique is trying to practice with, is getting his trigger finger together or whatever, so he can hold a weapon and discharge it. So that was a ooh to OG Power. Marvin finally catch up with his target, meet him in the locker room or whatever. I said, oh yeah, Marvin getting ready to, rough him up a little bit, throw him into a locker or two or whatever. When he went to go pick up,
I thought he was stuff him in a locker.
Yeah, I thought he was going to drop him off in a locker or something.
That is not going to get anybody no kind of hint.
No, I don't want him to, put some hands on him. I thought Marvin was going to put some.
Yeah, I think he'll put some hands on him and then
throw him around, slap him around a little bit. Head throw him into a locker or something. They'll break a couple bones, maybe break his arm or something like that. I thought
fingers.
Yeah. When he put that skate up to his face, I was like, oh, this is an accident. I thought what was going to happen was someone was going to bust into the locker room and Marvin was going to accidentally cut the man's face. I was waiting for that to happen. But, Marvin was able to get up out of there.
Put that ice skate on his neck.
Yeah. And so Marvin pretty much threatened old dude, told him, like, listen, you out here running around on your wife, you being messy, it stops today or else. And I was like, yeah, Marvin, you didn't try to conceal your identity, whatever. You ran up on this man twice. He's going to remember your face. Like, this is going to be a comeback to you, Marvin. Kanan. This was a powerful scene right here. And we needed this scene right here. And I thought that maybe in this moment, Kanan popped back into reality and realized that his mama really do love him. She done some fucked up things. But your mama really do love you. Your mama never not loving you was the problem. You were the problem. You were the problem. You kept making all these messes for her to clean up. She tried to put you down when she put that gat in your backpack. You still mad about all this, but how we got here is because of you and what you did with Buck 20. That's what got you where you at right now. But you blaming Rock for everything. I guess the ultimate thing that he's upset with her about is it Howard? I mean, what is the real big mad that he's big mad about? Because
I'm not sure.
That it's getting old.
I'm not sure, but I mean, like she told him, she said, even if you hate me, I still love you.
Yep.
But I feel like, to what we discussed earlier, he's like a version of Tariq St. Patrick, bro. Like he's something else, man. Like, it's never nothing good. It's never nothing good. It's not good enough. She can do everything she can, and it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, he's definitely a version of Tariq.
A miserable brat.
I don't understand. Besides,
a miserable brat.
Kanan is upset about. That's what we were talking about, Cubstar. I just like Kanan blaming everything on Rock, but he's not taking any accountability. I mean, at the end of the day, he is a stupid ass teenager, but he's not taking any accountability for his actions on how they got here.
Nope.
Your mama didn't want you out here in these streets to begin with. The pow was a little extreme, but you kind of left her no choice. She was trying to sit your ass down because you kept making messes for her to clean up. I'm not justifying what she did, but at the same time, I understand how we got here. I mean, I understand how we got here. Y'all act like Kanan ain't done no wrong.
He reminds me so much of Reek.
Problems for her.
He reminds me of Reek. Reek wanted the truth from his dad so much, and it's almost like he held him. It was like their relationship changed because he was in grown folks' business and he ain't had no business of being in grown folks' business. And so, like, your dad was trying to steer you this other way, but you kept trying to pull over here. His mom was trying to have you go this way, but you kept going over here. And because of that, you rejected whatever she tried to do.
Yep.
Big fact. So we see Neek out here doing his recon or whatever. I wish they would have gave us a little bit more with this scene with Ronnie and Juliana, but I mean, I guess there was nothing else for us to learn. I mean, we had saw we need to see with Ronnie and Juliana anyway. But I guess I wish I would have seen a little bit more of Unique's reaction to them being together. And I thought that was the purpose of them showing, you know, he's watching everybody. You know, he's watching Ronnie, he's watching the bodega lady, but we didn't see him watching Pernessa. And I wish that they would have showed him pull up on her and like, yeah, I'm alive. This is going on. We needed that.
But you know what? Going back to what E.T. said, like he said, you got a superpower. You're invisible.
Yeah.
He was like, so be invisible. But I think to what's going on now and him moving around is the fact him, you know, basically, you know, seeing how easy it is for him to get the drop on his ops. So he pulled up on his brother. He pulled up, you know, like he's just moving around, and everybody that he's moving around on is essentially one of the ops.
Yep. I don't understand the purpose of this scene. If any of y'all can explain it, go for it. Because I sure don't got no understanding.
I think it's a check-in with her. She enjoys having Nicole's father around. And let him know that she's doing okay, and then to check on him to see if he's doing okay. Because I think to an extent, Jukebox feels like she's, you know, feels responsible for Nicole's death.
But what did we learn here in this scene that we didn't already know? I thought the purpose of all of the perspective scenes was to give us something that we didn't already know. I feel like we didn't learn anything here new in this scene that we hadn't already saw.
He told her not to join the army, so that was a good thing. Because remember, we saw her in the last season. She was in the recruiter's office.
That's what the purpose of this scene was. It was basically like she's still keeping him, you know, getting him info of, you know, how everything going on in her life or whatever. But it was more so like M2 said, like when she brought up the army. He was like, nah, you don't need to go stick with this. Number one, he was like, of course, because of her sexuality, like he was getting around to it. Like that's mainly why you don't need to join the army. It's like because they're too strict, and you know what you got going on. They ain't really allowing that in the army like that.
Right. And then just to add to what Fresh was saying, keep in mind that again, this was 3 months earlier, so we did see her go in the recruiter's office and she bagged down. So this situation could have took place before the fact that she had that second thought, like, you know what, he did tell me not to do this, so I'm the hell up out of here.
That's right, because then when she went back to the recruiter's office, the recruiter told her, like, nah, you done already went through.
She tried to back out of it.
Yeah. So, yeah. You know what? M2, you right about. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, good one, Marvin. That was a good one. This is another scene I don't understand what we needed. What did we get out of it? Jessica, was that her name?
Yeah, Jessica
came back. So
I think it's more part. I think it's more part of Lulu's crash out.
Right. She probably contributed to the crash out. Right. Her popping up didn't make him no better.
Yeah, I think that's just added on to it. You know, so that's just honestly what I think. I don't see no other reason for it.
This was a waste. I can't. Those two scenes right there, I couldn't understand why we needed. I didn't understand what the purpose was.
No, I don't think Jessica's Angela 2.0. I disagree.
I think it was more so like the show, like I guess the rise and fall, like how Lulu's down bad and she's up. Yeah, like because y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't just try to get him to come out to Cali?
Yes.
And he ain't want to go. So I think that's why they're showing it like
leave all this.
Yeah, like I'm up now. Like, you should have came with me. And then she said, even then, like, yo, I've been telling the people out there like how good of a producer and all the other different stuff he is.
Yeah.
So I think
she
that's
still
what it
got love
was.
for Lou. She just
And
do
then also
whatever she
showed
need to
that
do.
like she realized how down bad he is, because remember at the end she told him like, you got to stop putting the blame all on you.
Yeah.
One day.
She do, and she probably hearing from Famous about how down bad he is too. Because remember, she even tried to come in and she led with, I'm proud of you. You doing this thing with the club and whatever. And he was like, no, you're not. He was like, this is not high post enough for you. Like, how you proud of me? But she kept positive energy, even though he was very unwelcoming to her. She still kept positive energy. So you might be right about that. Maybe she was trying to pull him out this rut that he in. But it didn't work. But I still didn't need her. She was a waste. Yeah, she probably made the man go get on the bottle. This scene right here, I guess the only thing we needed out of that was old girl ill hustling. And the fact that she gave Kanan some advice about which I felt like that should be one-on-one when you out here in the streets. Never put out more than what you take in. That's business in general. Your cost of goods sold. Your cost of goods sold is this work out here that you stepping on, right? Don't pay your workers more than what you taking in. That's basically what she was trying to tell them.
Man,
so I'm wondering, are they setting us up for that? She gonna help him move out here in these streets? Like, what were they setting us up with this with Crystal?
I think. Oh, nah. I think it's gonna show. Yeah, like how she going to somewhat kind of give Kanan more of a business sense in the running crew or whatever. But she ain't gonna stay around long enough because we already know who shows up at Kanan's door. Like, we already saw it in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And after she see that, she like, nah, I'm good. I'm gone. And Kanan probably gonna be one of the reasons why Butter break up in the first place.
I think something gonna happen to her. I don't know. I got a feeling that either Jukebox gonna do something to her or that Aisha girl gonna do something to her, because I just feel like she could possibly end up being deleted. I call it a hunch, but I just
when we get to the trailer, I'll show you.
I mean, this whole scene, man, like Cub said, man, Kanan whole crew unionized on him, bro. Like, he went in there and straight talking about merits, bro. Like, hey, look, we need more money.
Send him to be the spokesperson.
Right.
You the union rep. You the union steward.
Yeah.
We nominate you to be the shop steward.
Right. Remember, he took over Paul's runners.
Yep.
His little courier service. That's how he got the workers. And even then, there was some problems with that when they was jumping off with the couriers. Kanan get the call from his. What we learn later on is his grandmother called for him to come down to the hospital. Interesting that she would call him first, but Kanan gets up to the hospital. They have a poignant moment. We learn that Miss Joyce has cancer. She don't want the family to know, and she's leaning on Kanan for support. So we learned that Jukebox is having to carry a secret, and now Kanan is now having to carry a secret, all for the family.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They did humanize Miss Joyce. I agree with that. They humanized Miss Joyce. She's still a bag lady though, but they humanized her.
Called her a bag lady.
She is. She bagging all the time. Begging.
Miss Joyce remind me of Patrice Woodbine, bro.
She do remind me of Patrice Woodbine.
She does like Patrice Woodbine.
Bruh.
She remind me of Patrice Woodbine, bro.
She is definitely Patrice Woodbine. She gonna stole Mercedes money and everything. Miss Joyce is Patrice Woodbine. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Marvin show up to Mafioso and tell them that, their job are done, and Stefano big up in him like, oh yeah, I love your work. You're discreet. I like your professionalism. Yeah, we're gonna give you some more work. I'm like, Marvin, don't become a hired help for the mafia.
But I think right here, when he said I owe you one, I think something's gonna happen later on down the line where Marv is gonna take him up on that offer.
Or he gonna step in and come to Marvin's aid about something. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Xavier said he missed Patrice. I mean, P Valley ain't been on in 17 years. So I mean, in 20 years since P Valley been on. Yo, Miss Shirley saved your life tonight, Lou.
You're right, facts.
Miss Shirley saved your life because you finna be in the gutter.
I didn't think he was gonna take him out though. I thought he was probably gonna pistol whip him, try to get some information out of it.
Nah.
If it was old unique, yes.
Delete
this is a whole new. This is a whole new.
Two-Face.
Right. This is a whole new one, bro. This is Harvey Dent of power. He would have been done.
Done. Miss Shirley saved his life, and I'm like, Miss Shirley, you coming out here telling me you don't need to drive like this, but in season 3, every time he came into the bar, he was fixing him a drink. The man asked for seltzer water, you give him Jack Daniel. Like, what? Why you worried about it now, Miss Shirley? You part of the problem.
Yep.
Miss Shirley was part of the problem. While you were trying to get the
at
black limousine on, you were contributing to the problem. Crash out, Lou.
Crash out, Lou.
Unique, go ahead and tip back into the shadows. Rock sitting up here in this social worker office, just so nasty and rude and just high post.
This scene didn't even need to be there.
Yeah,
this scene out. I mean, I get it.
Look mad, uncomfortable too.
Like she had to discuss it. That was part of the thing. She had to go to therapy to discuss the whole, terminating the pregnancy. But I was like, bro, y'all could have did without this scene for real. For real. Gave us something else. Y'all could have gave us my Pernessa scene that I was looking for. Yep. She looking at Rock chart or whatever. She's like, damn, how many more children you gonna delete? You sure you don't need to talk to me about that? Rock, nah, I'm good. I'm about this beast. All right, so we finally get to the end of the episode, back where we were at the end of season 3, where Unique is watching them come out of the warehouse after they deleted Howard and Ronnie. When he pulled a strap out on Ronnie, I was like, shoot it. I sure thought that's what he was going to do. I was like, he just going to give him just one just cuz. Like, he out, but he like, man, nah.
I think it's still optional.
I thought it was going to fade to black and we was going to hear the shot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think he's thinking in this scene right here when he walk into this warehouse and he see Howard and Ronnie deleted, Marvin, Kanan, and Rock going out here with the money and the work?
That they crossed Ronnie and to take over the work.
Yep.
So do you still think this fuels his thoughts on Rock? Stank all over this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think he gonna want to avenge Ronnie Cub style, but I think like he just gonna think like, yeah, this was her plan all along to take both of us out, and she take over all the work.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Fresh.
And that's what he's already thinking right now. Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of gives him confirmation then. Okay. All right. So like I said, not a bad episode overall. A really good episode. Really good start off to the season. Like I said, I wish they would have gave us this as an episode 11 in season 3. But we needed it because you think about it, they've been gone for a minute. So we kind of needed to get brought back up to speed to where we were at too. A lot of times they give you the recap of what happened in the previous season. I feel like this was an episode that did that. Gave us
that's what I said. There was no way they could do it without this episode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They would have just jumped into it. People would have been like, "Well, wait a minute. When did this happen? What the hell happened? X, Y, and Z." So,
all right, Fresh, take off. What we got for this season?
I mean, well, from this one, I can tell that's Marv behind her just because of the sweater. Because Marv always got on some sweaters. So, but I don't know who they meeting with. But it's a couple joints.
They look like they're like in a holding, like they going to visit somebody in jail or something. Look at the door behind them.
If it's not jail, I think they meeting
Stefano.
No, Pop and
Pop
and Snap.
Yep, Pop and Snap. Yep.
Okay. Could be.
Rock looked great, by the way.
Rock always looks great. Is this when Unique pull up on Kanan?
Nah, this one Kanan and Rock going back and forth.
Or about how she can't trust her son, but she gotta trust her business partner.
Yep. So we do know this is after they meet with Snaps and Pop. Because that's the exact same in the trailer, in the scene where they meeting with Snaps and Pops. Kanan got on the exact same outfit.
Yep. All right, what we got here?
That's somebody in the crunk.
That's about it. Nah, I think that's the money. If you saw the season 4 trailer, there's a joint where Kanan is hiding money in a chest. Because that right there looks bag. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking like that's a bag full of money. From his looks, it looked like he might be stealing it, but I don't know if he's stealing it or what it is. But I think that's money right there.
Well, we have seen him take money from the family, and but he looked nervous though.
That looked like the trunk of a car, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's a trunk, but I'm saying right there look like a bag though that he bought to steal.
Yeah, it's definitely a bag.
No, it looked like a body bag. I mean, look at the expression on his face. The continents on his face doesn't look like he up to something devious. He looks scared.
You know what? I ain't think about that. You probably, yeah, it could be. I don't know. We gonna see eventually. Only reason I'm thinking is because if I remember correctly, when he's putting that money in that treasure chest, he got on that exact same hoodie, that yellow hoodie.
Yeah, but that could be just an earlier scene from that episode.
That's true.
Now this, I feel like is that scene right here.
Yeah,
but
I bad. So I was wrong. I'm loud and wrong. Yeah, that's the treasure chest right there.
Yeah.
That's the treasure chest right there.
And look at the continents on his face. He look like he up to something no good right here.
That's definitely one of those foot chests or foot locker.
He look like he up to no good here. Here he looks scared. He look like he just made a mess on himself. Here he looked like he up to something no good. Marvin on a recon and that big body Lex.
Yeah, he ain't doing work right now. He just doing recon.
I don't know. He look like he's seeing something he don't like though.
I was trying to see like
pelly jacket.
If you look at the back door, I was trying to figure out if that was an ambulance or like some type of van for like a company that he's surveilling.
That's an ambulance. That look like an ambulance.
I just see the reflection of the car that's beside him.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
If you
look on the other side, look at the rear door.
Look at
that's some kind of van.
There ain't no van. That's like a Caprice Classman or a.
Nah, not behind them. Retro. Look at the door.
The back door. Yeah,
look at the door of his car. That look like either an ambulance or some kind of van.
He look like he's seeing something he don't like though. Whatever it is that he's seeing, he ain't pleased with it. So, what version of Lou are we getting this season? Are we going to get
that studio Lou?
Mm-hmm. That's why I thought he looked a little bit more cleaned up here.
That's producer Lou, yeah.
Clean.
Because I thought that would be Rilla behind him, but it moved so fast I can't tell.
That's producer. That's producer Lou.
B-Rilla. Yeah, that could be B-Rilla, yeah.
Scene moved so fast, I couldn't tell who that was behind it, but it looked like B-Rilla.
Could be.
Yep, Cubstar said that's party behind Lou. So I think that's B-Rilla. And he finally out of jail.
So this is where Kanan is meeting with Pop and Snap? Or Snap and Pop?
Yep.
I'm glad they brought them back because I want to know more of their story too. Hopefully we get just a little bit of their backstory. Unique still out here watching Rock.
But you see, he healed up though.
Yeah, he's healed up. And again, he looks like Unique, so there's no way he can come back as someone else. Everybody in these streets are going to recognize him as Unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he healed up.
So I want to put y'all up on something because I peeped this. See the dude next to him? That's the same dude that was going to Kanan and trying to get more money.
So is.
Yep.
Yep. So is.
The same dude. So that let me know, like, oh, Unique probably about to take his crew.
Damn, so is. He about to take his crew.
Smelling the cellar.
And why I feel like this him at that pawn shop getting all his jewelry back there, Ronnie Paul.
bro.
No, that was all new jewelry.
I feel like that's him going back get his chain back that Ronnie stole in pawn for that work.
Yo, I kept wondering why they were showing the jury, but it never clicked.
That was all new jewelry though.
Nah.
You gotta go back and listen to the what he said on the trailer.
Okay. All right. Either way, he going to get some jewelry back, and you know, you need.
Yeah, he going to get some jewelry. There was some good pieces too.
Yep. But I feel like we ain't never really seen Lou wear that much jewelry. A chain or two here.
Yeah, that's
like,
all
I
Lou
feel like
wore.
those chains that they showed was more unique style than
yeah, that was unique style.
Lou's style. Lou's always just kind of had like a little rope necklace or something on.
Yeah, little medallion joint.
But damn, you right about old boy though. That's the old boy was begging for more money.
So we know Kanan ain't giving more money.
Well, old girl confirmed it for him. Old girl basically told him not to.
Yep.
I felt like Kanan was kind of somewhat considering it, but after old girl said what she said, he was like, yeah, fuck all that shit. I ain't giving him shit.
That right there.
Go work for somebody else.
Is what I think.
My mother.
Since they didn't show their faces, is unique in
the guy at the jewelry shop.
Nah, not the jewelry shop. Oh, you know what? You might be right. I thought it was the mob boss.
The new mob boss.
Russo, the new one, the New Jersey one.
And it could be.
That's what I think it is.
I thought it was the guy that he was dapping up at the jewelry.
It was.
Yeah, you know why? Yeah,
they showed the jury. They showed the jury on the counter right after that.
Yeah, because and looking at that, the mob boss Phil Russo, he don't have no beard or nothing. That dude right there got a beard, so yeah, that's probably the jury dude.
The pawn shop owner or the jewelry store owner or whatever. Unique putting somebody down. Yep. I think it's a random. I don't think it's a major character.
I think it's the Asian dude because it's a kitchen.
Yep.
Ah, good one.
From the Chinese, from the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, with them big ass pots in the background. Yep.
Yeah. So what, Ken trying to get some side work out of Stefano?
Probably so.
Or ask him something about his mama.
No, he's trying to do a side deal.
Stepping on Stefano's toes about something, because I think in another scene in his trailer, he says to Kanan, like, the only reason I've done something is because of your mother. Or something to that effect.
We know that Kanan don't done something he ain't got no fucking business doing.
Oh, good peep, Cup Star, and that same orange hoodie.
We know Kanan up to something. And Stefano like, you gonna go behind your mom back on this? All right. That's why I felt like he's trying to do a little side deal to get some work outside of his mama.
You know what? Yep.
Kanan's supposed to get a new homie in this. Oliver O.C. Carter. I don't know who he's supposed to be. I guess he's going to become Kanan's right man or something like that. But according to the cast credits, he's supposed to be someone that's important to Kanan. So we'll see what's up with that. Kanan, like he getting ready to put somebody down. Is this the scene where him and Juke got the strap out on somebody?
I think it is.
I think so. Right before, yeah.
Yep.
Hold on. Nah, it might not be because, well, it might be. But I was about to say Juke got a totally different gun than Kanan was holding. Kanan was holding a block. That right there look like a predator.
But they looking for somebody. They look like they're looking for somebody.
So, yeah, they looking for somebody for something.
So this is the same scene that they released last year, and we thought it was Vanessa. It's Crystal.
It's Crystal, and this is why I think she's gonna roll out.
Up on Kanan, and she bumps into him at coming into the apartment building. That's that scene right there.
And that's why I think Crystal going one out. I think that's probably why we ain't gonna see her no more.
Yeah, because I think he's gonna scare her up, rough her up, something like that. Because she looks, she's running from him. This that scene before this one right here. This that scene before this one right here where he watching Kanan building.
Oh, okay.
Look just like Ronnie standing there. Remember when Ronnie was standing there watching him across the street? Look just like Ronnie.
Hold on. I'm gonna see what's the next scene after this because I think I know what it is with those two scenes. Okay, so remember in the trailer, there's a fight scene. We see Breeze fighting somebody, but we don't know who it is. I think.
See who?
I'm
See who?
Man, because
Yeah.
look at the damn comments. Got me thinking
I'm like,
unique.
Unique fighting?
I did the
I'm
first
like,
thing I
wait,
thought
Breeze?
today, talking about
Unique is not
real
Breeze.
Breeze, so the Breeze came thinking in my mind.
Yeah, no, he's not the real Breeze.
Unique. I'm thinking he goes in Kanan's crib and fight somebody in there, or steal
And
like
stick 'em up.
some money or something.
Yeah, he stick him up.
And when he's coming out, she bumps into him.
Yep. This is like a bag of money or something. Don't let it
Yeah.
work. Yep. Unique about to be out here terrorizing these streets just like how Ronnie was.
He gonna be worse though.
Yeah, he gonna be worse. What
So,
Rock all happy about?
That's why I'm thinking it was that's why I was wondering, like, is this a flashback? Like, is it her mom? Is it somebody, like, because I was like, yo, she mad happy. So
I ain't never seen her happy like this.
I ain't either. Ever.
Unless she clicked on the op or something. I ain't never seen her like that.
Kanan out here putting in that work.
that's Kanan? I thought that was Unique.
It looked like Kanan.
I thought it was unique. That's unique. Black hoodie, black jacket. He had the same joint on when he was on the recon outside of Kanan's joint.
Now here, I think this is Marvin. Well, that
Oh yeah, it is unique. You're right.
yeah. I think that other scene, I think that's Marv. I don't know who he going to handle, but I think that's Marvin.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Like, I think that's
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I think them two fighting. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's something with
Something with Stefano, maybe.
probably so.
Yeah, something to do with that mafioso.
This
This
one,
when Jukebox gonna realize that when I saw them skinheads running next to him, when I saw them skinheads running next to, yeah, this ain't for you where you need to be, Jukebox. They not gonna be kind to her either. They're not gonna be welcoming. They gonna probably be on her about her sexuality. I think this is when she's gonna really come to terms with her sexuality because she's gonna have to defend herself against.
Yep. I was just gonna say that. Retro. I think it's gonna be an attempt of some sort of either assault, or I think it's gonna be some kind of situation where they're gonna, try to
Do something to her.
basically talk to her, like put, what I'm saying, like run script on her and everything to see if she's that type, and they're gonna find out, what I'm saying, how she really is.
or I thought she gonna show them up. Like, she gonna be like the best out of that whole whatchamacallit,
there you
and they ain't
go.
gonna like that.
Could
They gonna
be.
be like, oh, you trying to show off.
Yeah, I think they're gonna call her out of her name. I think they're gonna say some derogatory comments to Fresh No Audio. There you go. You back.
Okay. What I was saying was, I think in this joint right here, I think it's she's showing off. They're gonna think she's showing off like she the best out the bunch. Because if in the trailer it looked like she running past them, and that's why they're looking at her like, yo, what you doing? Like, and she's trying to show like, yeah, I'm elite or whatever. And that's probably like what M2 was saying. That's probably what's gonna get them on her neck. Like, so she probably more than likely gonna be fighting them this season.
Yep. All right, so that is our thoughts on the first episode of season 4. We are back. Any other predictions that y'all have for the season? What y'all think we're gonna get out of this season right here? We know that we got one more season after this, and I think we roll it on into Power Origins. So what y'all think? What's in store for us?
I def think that scene that we seen in the trailer where Kanan crying and Rock is crying, I think it's her mom. I think it's Joyce.
I agree.
I don't think it's Famous like everybody been saying.
Well, let's talk about Famous for a second. Famous ain't gonna make it. We're not gonna see Famous this season, and I'm trying to figure out why. Now, the word in the street is that the actor in real life has gotten into some stuff, so I'm wondering that's why we're not gonna get Famous this season, because going through the cast credits for season 4, he's not mentioned. He's not credited at all.
Well, they probably gonna jail him, in the
I think they
actual.
will talk about him,
Yeah, but I think he's gonna be in jail.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's right. Didn't he go in the
He's
interrogation?
yeah.
office with his
His
mother?
mama snitched on him and told about that gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So that might be why we don't see Famous this season.
Okay, so for
You right.
series regulars, we got the regular cast. For recurring, we got all the new characters that we talked about, but we don't see Antonio Ortiz credited at all for this season. So we ain't got no Famous. So whatever happened with Famous, they're going to just talk about it. They're going to talk about the character. The fact that they even showed him in this episode should have had him in the recurring cast credits, but he's not even mentioned. So there may be some truth to him being in some mess. So we'll see what happens with that. With our boy Famous. Streets need a body. What's the 411?
Dexter said it'll be. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna get a time jump. I don't even know how we would.
We might get a time jump. We might get a time jump, not necessarily a time jump stop. We might get a time jump as far as back to the 3 months. So you know how we got a time saying 3 months earlier, we'll get present day, which is 3 months ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be
the time jump.
Our time jump. Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, we back at our thing, us. I see Marvin got his Yankees hat on today. What y'all boys' kicks looking like today? I ain't got no footwork on today. Oh, Marvin, stop copying me, boy. You always be copying me.
I actually did I actually pulled the sixes out because Unique was getting up out that ravine. So I was like, that ain't bad.
I started to put the maroon sixes on, but I felt like that would have been too cliche. So I went with All-Star Chameleon 6 2017. So that's
I don't have sneakers on today.
Oh, you probably got on your little Gucci loafers. Well, I had to represent today because I got a little package in the mail over the weekend from the Kingsley Project. So they make shoe trees. They make the plastic shoe trees. So they're pretty dope. So I'm glad they came through with them too because I hate those little styrofoam. Oh, the brittle Evans. Look at that. So little plastic shoe trees, you put them in your sneakers or whatever to keep them from creasing or whatever. So that's good. And they sent me some pretty dope cleaning wipes too, so to keep my. I knew it. I knew it. All right, fam. So I guess that is going to wrap us up this week. Any final thoughts on what we're gonna get next week? Y'all know we're gonna put those episode predictions out, so y'all be on the lookout for those. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We back in the building, y'all. All right, fellas.